If you think about 1972, right, the country was going through a constitutional crisis post-Nixon and Watergate, and it was a country that was busily tearing itself down. And the founding vision of the Jefferson Awards was to tell the very best stories of the very best Americans, both nationally and locally, and use that power of storytelling with scale to elevate the best of the country and to inspire those who were doing amazing things to think that they could do more and to multiply the impact that they could have.
Our third ceremony had 60 people, and we had the privilege of doing it in the original Supreme Court, right under the dome in the Capitol. And the founding co-chairs were Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis and Senator Robert Taft Jr. The original board of selectors was a who's who of top Americans. Muhammad Ali, Hank Aaron, the ball player, Neil Simon, the playwright, Jack Valenti, special assistant to Lyndon Johnson, Charlie Bartlett, who was a nationally syndicated columnist, and on it went like that.
People around the Bay Area that are making their mark on the community through service are being honored for their efforts.
The Jefferson Award winners for 2016 got their medals tonight.
Our media partners are amazing. It's local television stations, radio stations, and newspapers all across the country. We reach 100 million Americans every year.
Workplaces are effectively an amalgam of the people who work there. Employees want to be recognized for the things that they care about, for the things that they accomplish both in the workplace and for the things that they care about outside the workplace. With our Champion Network, which now represents 8 million employees and has recognized thousands of employees, what we hear from them is that transformation to culture is really powerful, again, through the lens of service, again, through the lens of telling the stories of the very best of what's happening in the people that make up who they are. There was one driving story that drove me into really wanting to take on this organization. We had a school in Elizabeth, New Jersey called Benedictine Academy. It was a struggling school. These young women were all first-generation American. And we first went in and engaged them in our youth program, and we asked them what they cared about. And their first reaction was, nobody's ever asked us that before.
No one ever asked them, what's your big idea to change the world? And here we come. And that completely transforms their attitude about themselves and their self-respect.
Service for us is about the individual. It's about unlocking the potential in that individual through the lens of service as an intervention that in turn creates better communities. And today, as we think about how that translates, we are in a country divided again. And one of the few salves to division is service. We've become a culture of the self. And service is one of the few things that can bring you outside of the self.
In America, service is the responsibility and the joy. And the benefit of service is it brings everybody together. And that's the spirit of multiplying good.